If you asked me when I was a kid who was the richest man I ever knew, the answer would be very simple: my grandfather. He owned a butcher shop. He always had $1 or $2 to give me for something. And when I went to his store, which was every day, I could have anything I wanted at all. I used to be mesmerized by customers coming in and giving Grandpa money for a steak or a chicken or some chopped meat. Much later in his life, he was in an Alzheimer's unit in the old neighborhood where he was. And he'd have a lot of his old timers come in and visit. And they would tell me about how my grandfather would bring them food to get them through the loss of a job or tough times, or how he would deliver up a 12th floor walk up for an elderly widow, or supported the kids while someone was away fighting in a war. All I saw him as was wealthy, but in reality, he was poor like the rest of the community in that neighborhood. He struggled to get by, but the way he shared so much with others, he came across as a very wealthy man. The gospel about the rich young man is a reminder about how we live our lives in the affluence of the world we live in and what we do with everything we've been given. Jesus calls us beyond that and to recognize the power of this man's story in our own lives. It's not bad news for us. It doesn't say we can't get to heaven, but it talks about an outline. Jesus gives a road that helps us to move toward that road to heaven. Look at the story. The man is excited. His faith has excited him. It reminds us that we're called to be fired up about our faith, to be excited about the gift of faith in our lives, and to approach Jesus and ask how we can better serve. What's important? Jesus looks at him in love and doesn't condemn the man. He doesn't say it's impossible. He looks at them with love because he knows how beautiful this man is, because of his desire, because he has these great gifts of wealth. But he knows that Jesus says, I can call you to more. I'm going to call you to more. That poor young man went away sad because he knew that the road is tough. It is a difficult road when we have so many things. It's hard to recognize that we can let go and travel with much less. Most of us travel with everything we have, but we're called to get beyond that, to recognize the power of who we are as God's people when we let go of some things and make room for God. Today we celebrate the memorial of St. Pius X, the great reformer, calling us to find our God in poverty. He said once, I was born poor, I have lived poor, and I wish to die poor. Who's the richest person you've ever met? Is it someone who shares their wealth in such a way that the world is richer because of them? Can we do that? I think Grandpa was onto it. It's in letting go that we receive abundance, and it's in giving that we receive.